Hello guys, welcome to the chat room. I'm Meiyi, and today, as you can see, I'm here at a skiing practice facility. And as most of you know, that 2022 will be the Beijing's Winter Olympic, and Beijing also hosted the memorable 2008 Olympic, and that's why I'm here today at a skiing practice facility to talk more about winter sports. And I also have three special guests with me today, so let's introduce themselves first. Greg, go first.
I'm Greg Laffradi. I'm the senior host of CGTN Sports Scene. I grew up in Canada. I'm a huge winter sports fan that I've done myself and have been watching over the years.
I'm sure that most of our audience are very familiar with Greg already, as we see you report all these amazing sport news. And Kitty?
Yeah, I'm Zhang Kitty, and I'm a college student from NYU, and I'm a big fan of all winter sports and also a snowboarding amateur.
I can see you're tired today.
Yeah.
You're a big super fan for winter sports.
Yes.
And Huan?
I'm Huan from Beijing Sport University, and I was the roller skate in 8 Minutes Beijing.
The closing ceremony, right?
Yeah.
That was a great show.
And I'm an ice hockey player.
For sure. Okay. So before we discuss furthermore, I actually went on the street a week earlier to ask all these past buyers their thought and their expectations on the 2022's Winter Olympic. So let's take a look at that first.
You know, I'm so feel like pity because I think that in Winter Olympic the Pakistan team is not coming. Oh, no. I'm sorry because they're not, I think, allowed, or maybe they are not participating because of some reason. I'm not sure, but I think they're not coming. But still, I will go there.
Good luck, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you'll be there, right? If you get a ticket, you'll go watch?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Oh,
We were going to go, but then we never ended up going, so I'm like, maybe I should this time.
So that'll be exciting. I mean, if they're allowed any audience,
Yeah.
hopefully we'll see you guys there, right?
Yes,
Okay.
hopefully.
I think China's already doing a great job at it. So just good organization and doing every task carefully is pretty much enough, I think.
For sure. And
Yeah.
we'll be going and watching the games, maybe?
Maybe,
Okay.
yeah.
And I
Hopefully.
guess you'll be watching the ski then, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'll be team Uganda, team China. yeah. And everyone else, I wish them the very best. And let's have fun. We need this. We need to be happy, especially after the pandemic and everything that we're going through.
Do you think you'll go watch if you get a ticket?
Oh my God, I'm dying for
As you
it.
can see, I think majority of them are very excited about winter sports and the upcoming Winter Olympics. So I want to know from you guys too, what are you most excited about, Greg?
I've been waiting for these games for a long time. In 2015, I was actually hosted a special show when Beijing won the bid to host these games coming up in about 3 months' time. So I've really been looking forward to this. I've seen all the improvements that China has made to its winter sports infrastructure. I've seen athletes getting excited to represent their country on home soil for the first time in the Winter Games. And really, I can't wait as a sports fan to be in the city, living in the city that is hosting the games.
For sure, and I'm sure it must be so special for you. You know, you yourself, you're a sports host, and then hosting the bid back then, and now actually witnessing it from happening. You know, that process, that must be so exciting, and I'm sure that's why you're so excited about it. And Kitty, why are you excited?
I'm more excited, I think.
You're more excited.
Yeah, so for personally, I just snowboarding every year, every season on that course. The course will hold the Winter Olympics. So I'm so excited that it's like the athletes is competing with you. Like you can.
For
like,
sure.
Yeah,
you know, skiing on the same slope, that must be
yeah.
special for you, right?
And also, like some of my best friends, they are the Chinese athletes, and they will compete in this Winter Olympics.
So you get to see all your friends
Yes.
performing at this Olympic.
I'm
That
so
must-
proud of them.
I'm
It's so
sure.
exciting. to
And
see
that
their
must be
performance.
exciting to see, you know, your friends on TV,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And what about you, Huan?
For me, I hope to see a lot of ice hockey players from
Yourself, you're a hockey
NHL.
player, so
Yeah.
that
Because
must be
I'm ice hockey players. Yeah, I care more about ice hockey.
For sure, that's
And
your
you
favorite
know,
sport, right?
Yeah, and you know the NHL is basically the best ice hockey league
Yep.
in the world.
Yeah,
with
the
a lot
world
of
well-known best hockey league,
yeah,
for sure.
with a lot of great players playing in it. There will be a feast for the ice, I think.
For sure, and I know you just mentioned earlier that you were in the closing Beijing 8 Minute
Yeah.
in the closing ceremony. What was that experience like? And you know,
To be honest, I'm quite nervous.
For
at
sure,
that
I would
time.
be nervous too.
Yeah.
But what was the experience? Did you guys have to practice every day?
Yeah.
Run every day? Like, what was it like?
It's so cold.
Cold.
Yeah, in the night in Chongping, night it's so cold, and the dark. When it's dark, we can't see anymore. To do some.
And you guys were doing it on roller skaters, right?
Yeah,
that
roller
must
skate.
be hard.
Yeah, roller skate is not like the ice skate.
Yeah, not on ice. It's different, huh?
Yeah.
And how long did you guys practice before the?
About 3 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was a great turnout. We saw the great results, and it was definitely a great Beijing image. This is very, very, very impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
And now I actually want to talk about the training topics that has been training. First of all, COVID-19. With the COVID going on, it's very unfortunate, but I'm glad that we're still doing the Olympic. But what do you think, what measures we could take to prevent that from getting worse, or to prevent a healthy and a safe environment for our athletes and for our citizens?
Well, China's really shown how well they have handled and gotten control of the pandemic, of course. We saw the 2020 Tokyo Summer Olympics this past summer, where there was a huge spike in cases, not for athletes so much during the games, but for those citizens living in and around Tokyo. So China will be very eager not to have the same problem here in Beijing. So there will be very strict policies. One of the first ones is no tickets to be sold to people outside of China's mainland.
Yeah.
A little disappointing, but certainly to be expected. And best of all, local fans can come. People in China will be able to attend the game. So whereas in Tokyo, there was no spectators or very few only at outlying events, in Beijing, we will be seeing fans in the stadiums. And it gives more chance to locals to come and get to watch it. So it'll be really a nice local flavor. And with the games taking place during Chinese New Year, that just adds to it.
That'll be fun. Like a big party, a big worldwide party with all these, sport competitions going on, right? And what do you think, Kitty?
Like, I think it will be like, it will influence this game, but we are so well prepared. I just went to Chongli last week, and I just saw all the stuffs and facilities that are working in the stadium and in the place that we will hold the game, and they're doing so great job. Like all the methods to this COVID,
to prevent it.
Yeah,
right?
to prevent it. And so I'm very confident of this game and their preparation.
For sure. And Huan, I know, like Greg mentioned, that there's no tickets, not a lot of audience will be coming. Do you think that will be affecting to the players?
Yeah, I think it is necessary to have an audience in the stadium, which makes the atmosphere more active.
For sure.
Yeah, and makes the players more motivated.
For sure. I think players seeing, people from your country cheering you on, that must be exciting. So I feel like for some countries it's disappointing to not have audience from their country, but I think overall they have to do what they have to do, right?
It's something the world's getting used to, right?
Yeah.
There's been a pile of events already with no spectators in Beijing. There will be lots of locals at least, and I think the athletes are sort of getting used to it a little bit. They're so focused on their own events as well.
Sure.
They're top, they're professionals, they'll figure it out.
And like you said, the NHL game that you watched, NHL, there's no audience right now, right? And they recently just started getting audience.
Yeah, this season they do. In North
I
America,
think.
they have fans back, but for a large part of last season, of course, they didn't. We've seen in Europe and North America, a lot of events are welcoming fans back, but it's very difficult. Safety is so important. China takes that very seriously, and those are domestic competitions. The Olympics, of course, is one of the biggest international events. Countries, athletes from all over the world, so it is just enormous. The scale of this is much bigger, and China wants to make sure that not only the athletes and people participating are safe, but everybody in Beijing as well.
And I was actually reading the booklet and I saw that they were doing COVID tests every day to ensure the staff and the players are staying safe and they're following the healthy procedures to ensure the safe environment for everybody, I think. So I think China is doing a great job and I think they will do a great job at the 2022 Winter Olympic as well. And now let's talk about something exciting. I know that Beijing will be the first and only city that's called the Dual Olympic City, where they hosted both Olympics, the Winter and the regular Olympics. Why do you guys think that? What makes Beijing the only city that hosted the two Olympics?
Well, just the Winter Olympics, in order to host that, you need the proper terrain. You need to have mountains. You need to have cold weather, obviously. It's not enough just to have facilities. Sure. China has shown that it's got the ability and infrastructure to host major sporting events, also the desire to do it. It's not every country that can right now. It is really expensive to hold the Olympics. And a lot of European countries that maybe have hosted before or never have before, maybe aren't willing to spend the money on it that China is or is able to. Also, I think China's demonstrated that when it wants to do something, it really can. It can get so many people motivated and on the same page and working together. And this will be another chance to show that. We saw that in the 2008 Beijing Games. And now coming up next year, we're going to see that again here in the city.
Yeah, and China always love a big party. So I think that's why we're hosting the Olympic again. And seeing the beautiful stadiums built around Beijing, it's just amazing. And your thought on that, Kitty?
Just like Greg said, like Beijing is kind of lucky, I think, because actually we don't have much snow in Beijing and we don't have really high mountains, but we got Chongli.
We use our surrounding cities.
And it's a small places, but they just built it so fast and great. It's I think it is the one of the top snow course in the world right now. And
you always go there, right?
Yeah.
So that's exciting. Yeah. And what about you, Huang? Why do you think Beijing is a great city to host?
I think for the first reason is our country has a strong economy and developed infrastructure and transportation. And in addition, I think Beijing is a city with 4 distinct seasons. There will be snow and ice in some place,
And I think, like you said, Beijing is, even though we're very developed in economics, and also we're trying to reuse all these safe materials to build all these stadiums to be able to reuse them again, right? And I think that's great.
These games are really China's really providing a blueprint for how to move forward with the Olympics. The Olympic Agenda 2020 was passed to try and help countries to save money in hosting the Olympics. And one of the main things is reusing existing facilities.
For sure.
If you've already got it, you don't need to make a new one. Beijing is reusing almost all the venues from the 2008 Summer Olympics. You've got the National Aquatic Center, the water cube turned into the ice cube. Exactly. Chongli, you've been skiing there for years. Maybe make a few changes, but already use these things that they're existing. The National Indoor Gymnasium.
For sure.
The only big new one in Beijing is the speed skating, the new national ice skating, the speed skating oval, and of course Shogang Big Air. Which is one.
And I think it's important, to build, also to build brand new stadiums as well, to bring that interesting, like people will feel fresh and skating in a new rink or something like that. And I think it's great that even the bird nest, they're not using it for the Winter Olympic, they're also using it for concerts and stuff like that. So I think it's great that we're reusing all these stadiums that we already have and not just use them one time, like you said, and put them to waste, right?
Recycle.
For sure. And nowadays we even see more new hockey rinks around Beijing as well. So I think that's great, and I think Beijing's doing a job to promote the sport of winter sports, for sure. And I don't know if you guys took a look at the gold medals. No.
I have seen them actually.
You haven't? Okay, let me show you guys the gold medals. Okay, so here is the...
Oh, it's the medal for it.
So this is the medals for the regular Olympics.
The back.
I'll put it this way. What do you guys think? I heard the stars over here represent like the space and I think nature and human. I think that's how they connect the dots. But what do you guys think on that?
Together.
This is for the Paralympics. And
It's really cool.
right?
Yeah.
There's some character there, right?
Yeah,
Like
this is for,
around-
when they do the reading.
Yeah, the braille. So on
Yeah.
the Paralympics medals, there is
Wow.
braille to explain the events. On the Olympic medals, you'll see on the front side, there's 5 rings to represent basically relationship between heaven and earth, and also the 5 Olympic rings, right? There are the 5 different rings. Then you've got the Olympic symbol there, the name of the games. On the back, this is the back side. You've got rings again. May, as you mentioned, the stars. There's also 24,
right,
because it's the
The 24th Winter Olympics.
That's
I think
right,
that's
yeah.
great what they did.
the name of the games, and you'll see in Chinese too. You've got Chinese characters there
Yeah.
saying it as well
That's
and
really
explaining the
special.
name of the event. Exactly, they're beautiful.
So, speaking of medals, how many medals do you think China will get this year? Next year.
Maybe 20? 20
Come on, take a
medals.
guess. 20 in
I
total?
think 20.
Or
maybe.
20 gold medals?
20 medals.
Oh, okay. And
Well, China's goal is to do better than they ever have before.
Yeah.
China's best result in the Winter Olympics was 2010 Vancouver. China won 5 gold medals, 2 silver and 4 bronze. Last year, or not last year, the last Olympics, 2018 Pyeongchang.
Just the one.
1 gold medal, right? 9 medals in total, 1 gold medal, and that was a bit disappointing. So whenever a country hosts the games,
do better.
you've got all this home support. Doing it in your home country, they always do much, much better. So I think it is very reasonable for China to win more than 5 gold medals, break their own record. China's other goal was to compete in all 109 events. And this is almost more honorable because it shows China's desire to not just win, but also to
Participate.
exactly to grow sports, to get more people interested and active. Just taking part in the Olympics is amazing if
For
you
sure.
can do that. So for China to compete in all these different events, that would be a win in itself.
I think the biggest accomplishment for an athlete is to represent your country and
To
compete
into the Olympics,
for sure,
right, yeah.
and to compete at a world stage competitive level. I think
Yeah.
that's something so special.
It's
So
not all about the grades, the
Yeah.
medals. It's just competed.
for
and
sure, like you
be
said, to
active.
participate in it.
Yeah.
So I think even though that we're hoping we can get more medals, I think the athletes themselves are motivated already to win more medals at the country that we're hosting at,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so after we know about all these facts, I'm actually really excited to play a game with you guys. And the next section is called the True Truth and a Lie. So this is where we each come up with 3 statements of ourselves. 2 of them will be lie, and 1 of them will be two of them will be the truth, and 1 of them
One
is a
lie.
lie.
Yeah.
And then we'll all guess which one is the lie. The person who gets it wrong will get a sticker, and the person who wins will get a prize from CGTN. The person who gets the most stickers will get a punishment. You don't know what the punishment is yet, but I'll tell you guys later on. But first of all, let's warm up with a couple of quizzes I have prepared for you guys that's relating to the Winter Olympics. Okay, so the first one. So, Nordic combined is a combination of which of the following 2 sports? A, ski jumping and slalom skiing. B, cross-country skiing and ski jumping. C, downhill and cross-country skiing. So think of an answer. Come on, guys. A or B or C?
No
And
idea.
I'm going to do a countdown of 3.
I guess maybe A.
You can't say it yet. I'm going to count down to 1, and then you guys say your answer at the same time, okay? 3, 2, 1.
B.
B.
I don't know. I have
Come
no idea.
on.
Just
Yeah,
guess.
B is the correct
Really?
answer.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. Don't be sorry. You just get a sticker. Here, you guys can, Kitty, you can put it wherever. Put it on his face or something.
No. Just
Okay,
get.
here.
Yep, there you go. Okay, so the next question. The Winter Olympics are held every 4 years. After China next year, which country will host the event in 2026? A is Canada, B is Russia, C is Italy. 3, 2, 1.
Italy.
Okay. So right now, after the quiz, Huan got one wrong, and Huan has a sticker. That's okay. Okay, let's jump into the 2 truth and a lie. We'll start with Huan's. So Huan, say your statement.
I started learning roller skate when I was 8 years old.
Okay, that's the first
And
one.
third one, my father is an ice hockey player.
Okay.
And
Third one?
The third one is I was in Switzerland for ice hockey training and some competitions for half a year.
That's hard.
Think about it, guys. Interesting, huh? Okay, I'm gonna count down to
Maybe
3. I don't know the answer, so I'm gonna join you guys.
Okay.
Well, if I win, I don't get the prize. I'll gift it to one of you guys,
So
okay?
kind.
3, 2, 1.
Say number 2 is the lie, yeah.
Is 2 the lie?
Yeah, I guess too.
Yeah.
Come on, you gotta come up with better statements. Okay, let's go with Kitty's.
So the first one is I have broken some bones 3 times due to skiing, like snowboarding. And second, I have lost 5 pairs of sunglasses while I'm snowboarding. And third, I have skied with my cat.
These are interesting as well.
By the way, I have 6 cats.
6 cats.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
You know, now you said that, I think all of them are very reasonable.
Yeah.
Because the cat one was a little off, but now you said you have 6. You love your cat.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Number 1,
One.
I think, is the lie.
I don't think. Yeah. What do you think? 1 or 2 or 3?
Number 2.
Like the correct answer is number 1. So
Wow.
I never broken my bones when I'm skiing. Like,
Yeah. See, I don't think you're the type of person that will break your bone 3 times.
3?
That's what.
But like it's really dangerous for snowboarding.
For sure.
But for me, I don't usually break my bones.
No.
No, never.
There you go.
Again,
For Huan.
where you want to ski?
Put it on his face.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Fine. You get 2. Okay. Last one, but not
I
least,
lost.
Greg.
I guess I lost.
What are your statements, Greg?
So number 1, my best move in figure skating is a double Lutz.
Really?
Number 2, after...
Can you show us here?
Sure, I loved. Oh,
Okay.
I'm giving it away. Number 2, after breaking my wrist while snowboarding on my first run of the day, I continued riding and spent the rest of the day packing my glove with snow to reduce the pain. Number 3, I used to travel to work and university by ice skating.
I think all of them are lying.
You know,
impossible.
the second one, it's impressive, but I truly believe, I think it's a real story, but the third one and the first one, I'm not sure. What do you think, Kitty?
Maybe the first one is a lie.
It's
You
all
think first
impossible.
one?
Yeah.
I think first one as well. You doing
First
a
one.
double Lutz.
Really?
So what's the correct?
Figure
That's really-
skating.
Are we all agreeing on one?
Because I do
Okay,
figure
figure
skating,
skate.
but it's really
I
hard.
don't like.
Just a double.
Just a double.
Double is also.
Is it hard? A double
Yeah.
Lutz? You don't think Greg can do it?
You're like an ice hockey player, not like a figure skating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
That's true. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1.
One.
Yeah, well done. Definitely, yeah.
So
I'm not a
after-
figure skater.
Wow, Huan, we see 2 stickers on you. That means you get the little
So
punishment.
punish is for me.
And let's bring it. Okay.
Wow.
This is a little prize for you two.
Wow.
Oh,
Since
thank you.
This is my
They're the
gift.
you guys
same,
can
get to
figure out
choose.
which one you guys want.
Okay,
I
well,
don't know, yeah.
let's take a look. We can
So-
always
Huan, this is
exchange
just
after.
your breakfast or lunch.
This is my
All
gift.
of them?
Oh my gosh.
So sweet. You can try. So sweet.
You won those. It's only
Yeah.
fair if you
Come on,
get
eat
them.
it in front of the camera and tell
All
them.
of or just one?
Just one, just one.
One. Okay, no problem. It's so
okay.
sweet.
How sweet is it? Your face doesn't look really
Sweet. Well done.
I don't believe
Thank you. Okay, so after we had all the fun, I actually also, we just looked at the street video that I did interviewing people about their expectations for the 2022 Olympics, and I actually also asked them questions about the 2008 Olympics. So let's take a look at that.
The Beijing Olympics opening ceremony and closing is the best forever. We watch on the TV and that's amazing, like the beautiful opening ceremony especially, and all over the world the people was there, and especially from my country.
巨人的脚印那个地方比较震撼呗。
李宁点火炬吧，
感觉运动会运动员的表现非常精彩。
I saw the videos on YouTube. It was amazing. There was amazing light shows and performances. Everything, the way the Chinese culture was incorporated in the performance made it absolutely amazing.
印象最深刻的就是开幕式，然后其中有一个节目就是1000个人一起打鼓那个节目，当时看的时候觉得还挺震撼的。
This big song actually when I came to China too, even Jackie Chan was in there, like Beijing Huang.
最后点火炬的时候吧，就挂着绳儿在天上跑过去点的那个嘛。
The opening ceremony. I mean, it wasn't specifically memorable in that I remember any details, but I just remember watching it with my family. But also the women's artistic gymnastics.
整个的这一个奥运会的话，是非常的大气，非常的蓬勃，这个就可以说是前无古人后无来者这样的一个感觉。然后我们是为中国，是自己是中国人，是挺骄
As
傲
you
的。
can see that people were really, they had a memorable moment with the opening ceremony. And I think that was one of the very signature thing that when people mention the 2008 Olympics, they immediately think of the opening ceremony because it's truly an amazing and incredible show that impressed the whole world, I would say. So what was you guys' most memorable moment?
I remember the opening ceremony, but for me it was some of the individual achievements. Usain Bolt winning the men's 100 meters to go along with the 200 and the 4x100 relay. Also Michael Phelps, who's the most decorated.
Winning all the medals, right?
8 gold medals he won that year.
Impressive.
Crazy. So that will be a record that probably will never be beaten, all 8, just to compete in 8 events, let alone win them all.
Yeah, and I think there were so many personal records that were created in that year as well. So that was very good to watch. It was very exciting to watch as well. What about you, Kitty?
For me, I'm 6 years old, I think, at that year. So I don't have that much memory, but actually I just remember that 5 cute cartoons, the
mascots.
characters. Yeah. And I just brought them today. Like, I just found them
So
in
cute.
my home, and I think I just crying at that time and told mom I need them. They're so cute, and this
What do they represent? Tell us about that.
Like, I think it's like water, different elements, water and fire and some woods, and they have their names called Beijing Huan, right? That's the slogan we are.
Beijing welcomes you.
So like their each name is Beibei Jing Jing Huan Huan Ying Ying Nini, right? So it's so cute, and it's like memorable for
I think it's
everyone.
great that we did 5 mascots to create a meaning and like a slogan.
And also
right?
like the ring, the 5 ring for the Olympics.
For sure,
their
it
color.
matches the color. I agree with you. Those are very adorable. And what about you, Huan?
At that time, I was a kid too. Yeah, I just remember the Olympic flame.
When they light up the torch, right?
Yeah.
Li Ning was running. Do you guys remember
Running
that?
in the air.
He was running in the air
Yeah.
with the string hanging him from above, and then that was impressive.
And the song "Welcome to Beijing."
Beijing
Yeah,
Huan. Sing it for us, Huan. Come on, sing it to the camera.
I try.
Okay.
北京欢迎你，为你开天辟地，流动中的美丽充满着朝气。
Ooh, okay, now I'm like, it's taking me back to the 2008. It was a great show. And what else do you guys remember from the opening ceremony? Do you guys remember the fireworks and all the shows?
Yeah, like the big steps, the firework. It's really impressive. It's like going around the Beijing, like one step, and it's really big and impressive. Like it's firework.
I think a lot of, speaking as a foreigner too, I know a lot of Western audience remembered the drums.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was the
That was
drumming scene
amazing.
too, the incredible
people- I actually-
synchronicity, everybody working together, the choreography
I
of
actually
it.
have a
Another
picture here.
director.
This one, right?
Yeah, this performance director.
Zhang Yimou?
Yeah.
I have
Also
the
the
picture.
director of your show, right?
Yeah,
For the,
yeah.
the
The
8-minute
Pyeongchang.
special thing in
Yeah.
Pyeongchang, yeah.
This is the picture for the drums that you were talking
Wow.
about.
Yeah.
I think it's great that the practice they did together.
Yeah,
they had,
very
I believe they had 2008 performers.
Oh, really? I don't know.
I think so, yeah. And they played the drums together. But they didn't practice together at the same time. They were practiced by sections.
Really?
So that I think that was very impressive in how they all came together and
Yeah,
combined together, and the overall result was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's one of the big things that people took away from that. I mean, the opening ceremony is all about showing your culture and showing what to expect, and it gave people a taste of what China can do when it puts its mind to it.
For
So
sure.
this incredible choreography, getting everybody to work together in unison is incredible.
For sure. And you know, with the 2008, I think every citizen, they were so excited about the Olympics. It's their
Yeah.
first time hosting it. You know, with that being in their hometown, everybody was so excited, and everything they talked about was the Olympics. This year, with the Winter Olympics, you know, we're not very familiar with the winter sport yet, not as much as the regular Olympics. Do you think the citizen spirits will be the same? Because it is in a range that not too many people are familiar with. So do you think we'll be equally as excited?
Equally.
Equal.
Absolutely equally, and maybe more, because like even we are not familiar with some winter sports, but like you can know this new sports and like watch personally of these games. It's so exciting, and see they're competing, and like we are so not so familiar with it, but it can like bring us more like new things and new excitement.
For sure. And like you said, there are so many ski lovers and snowboard lovers. I think that will draw their attention to the games, right?
It's also anticipation. 14 years ago, Beijing hosted its first ever Olympics, and now to do it again. Some of the people that maybe missed it, yourselves as well, that were young children and watching it TV, now you got a taste of the Olympics back then, and now it's here again. Now you're even more excited for it. So it almost could say that it whet your appetite for these next games. So I think it's been building this anticipation, and China has more idea of what to expect from it. So people are perhaps looking forward to it more. And Kitty, you make a great point too, because there are so many new events, people will be that much more excited for new things.
What do you think, Huang?
I think everyone is excited. For me, maybe I can see my favorite players. Yeah,
That's
maybe I
motivating.
can talk with him, maybe take photo with him.
That would be exciting. So I feel like you guys said, it's equally as exciting. No matter what the sports is, just hosting something like this worldwide, and you know, seeing all these great competitions, I think it's exciting for everybody, right? And now it's our favorite section, the debatable me. So I actually found some topics that we could debate on together. So after I say the topic, I want you guys to give me a yes or no. So pick a side, and we'll debate furthermore on that. Okay. So the first question, here we go. Whether idolization of sports stars is good for the development of sports? Yes or no?
Absolutely yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're all getting a yes for this one. But tell me, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
What we've seen in the past, basically, be it in Michael Jordan in basketball, Michael Phelps I mentioned earlier, Usain Bolt and stuff, when these guys achieve what they have, other people want to follow. They want to be like Mike. They want to follow in their footsteps. And when you idolize an athlete, you learn a bit more about them. It's not just what they did on the court or in the game, how they won the medal, it's their personality, how they got there, because to do this requires so much hard work and sacrifice. So this becomes a role model, not just for athletic achievement, but also in terms of lifestyle.
For sure, and even like Kobe Bryant, he created such a big impact on everybody. I think, you know, his spirit and his love for the sport of basketball, and not just for the sport, for life itself. It's absolutely inspiring to so many people and to so many athletes and young players, right? And what's your thought on that?
Yeah, like maybe you guys know Eileen Gu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
she is
a big
amazing.
superstar
Yeah,
for
right now. Like she improved that we can do both sides, like the sports and also the grades in school.
Academics.
Yeah, academics. So like she is a role model for young people and also like the people who are working. So you can like she proved that you can do both sides, because some people think when athletes is practicing their sports,
they're missing the academics.
Yeah, they don't have time to school, but she proved that. So I think she is a great model and
for sure,
idol
role model for
everyone.
people.
Yeah,
and like you said, I absolutely agree. I think when it comes to sports and academics, people often think that if someone is so good at sports, maybe they're lacking a little bit of academics. But I think Eileen proved that you can do both. And
more than both, she's also big into fashion. Plays the piano, does a
I
whole
think-
bunch of other things too.
She was on Vogue or something, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I think that's amazing that what she's proving to young women to, to become like her, to do everything that she can do. And what about you, Huan?
I think they are like goals. Like David or Cindy Crosby.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can inspire the teenagers to train hard and pursue their dreams.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then with now all these training facilities in Beijing, there's so many young children and players who are, new to hockey.
Yeah.
And I think watching those idols like Sidney Crosby or McDavid, they would want to play the sport even more, to become like them and hoping one day they could get on the competitive level like them. So I definitely agree with all of you guys. And now to the second one. Do you think Winter Olympics or winter sport events should be held more in countries that are good at winter sports or in countries that wish to develop winter sports? Interesting.
Maybe.
develop.
Yeah, develop.
Developed? And what about you?
I'd say both are okay. I think it's good to hold it in countries such as China, where the winter sports industry has a chance to grow and develop. So obviously bringing it to new people. But it's also good, we shouldn't forget countries like my own, Canada, that have been doing winter sports for a long time, because the enthusiasm is there,
For sure.
the love is there.
For sure.
Sometimes people forget. You need a reminder of why the Olympics are so cool. So come back, get a little refresher. So I think
agree.
it's good to do it in both. I don't think that should be a deciding factor, but it is something to look forward to. That's something that makes Beijing extra special. But if these games, the next Winter Olympics, be hosted in Italy, where there's a long winter sports tradition, that's okay too, because people will be just as enthusiastic, I hope.
I agree with you. I think maybe Canada and countries like America needs a little reminder that winter sport is special as well. It's not a common thing, even though for some countries it's not so common. Like China, we're trying to develop winter sports into more common sports, right? And what's your thought on that?
Yeah, like for the country, they want to develop the winter sports. If they can hold a Winter Olympic, it can bring more chance to everyone. For athletes, they can have more opportunity to compete in the highest level competition. And also for the citizens, so when you hold a winter competition like Winter Olympics, we will put more attention on it. So we build, like Beijing, we build more facilities like this one, like snow and snow facilities and also skating facilities. So the young children and also the adults, they have more chance to participate in the sports and to know about the sports. So it's a good chance to grow the winter sports, the winter industry.
And what do you think, Huan?
I think it should be held in cities, in countries that want to develop the winter sports, like China or South Korea. Yeah, because it can drive and inspire the development of winter sports in this country.
I think that's important, to bring everybody into the sports and the people who doesn't know enough about it, to bring them in and help them to learn more about the sports itself, for sure. Okay, next. Different countries always have their national sports. Do you think they're naturally formed or can be cultivated later?
Maybe nature.
Nature?
Yeah, more nature.
Both.
Yeah, I think nature as well.
Yeah.
Nature?
You need snow and ice.
For
So,
sure.
Yeah,
I
for
think
winter sports.
even cities, right? Like Harbin or like they have snow already, and I think that's why the cities are better at the sport, right? And what about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, you need mountains to do downhill alpine skiing, of course. A lot of these other facilities you can make. I mean, we're here in an indoor place right now. Ice hockey has spread all over the world to warm countries as well. Even in America, there's teams down in Florida. The current champions are the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're from Florida. They've never seen snow in its history. So, but to develop a real passion for it, for kids to grow up doing it, for it not to be so expensive that families can't take part, that they don't have to travel, say, to Switzerland to go skiing in the Alps. They can do it at home. This is really important. Summer sports, it's a lot easier to pick up a basketball and go play outside. You have that opportunity. It's so much harder to get a pair of skis on and try out real snow.
I agree with you. What do you think, Kitty?
Like the natural environment is the basement of a sport, of winter sports. But also, like, we need to pay more efforts to like cultivate it and to improve this sport, like to build more facilities like this, to bring more opportunities to people and let them into this sports trying and like give them more chances to participate. So like we also need to like do more efforts, and also the natural environment.
For sure. So I think natural way, what you're saying is natural way is important, but also what you do after, like building all these training facilities to be able to train all these athletes is important as well. So maybe one day, you know, even the not so naturally formed countries, they can catch up to the formed countries, right? With all the training facilities. Right? Okay. So let's now move to the last topic. Are sports competitions more skill-based or spirit-based? Ooh, I like this one.
Both of things.
I'd say skill.
Skill? Oh, and I love different opinions. Okay, let's Greg, go first.
I say skill because in order to win that gold medal, to be #1 in the world at anything, you have to have the spirit to drive you through training, to make you interested in it. It's really difficult to persevere in something that you don't love. But at the end of the day, you're going to come up with other people who share that same love. So at that point, it's your skill that helps you step above them, right? To reach the top step of the podium and win that gold medal or silver or bronze, anything, even just to make it to the Olympics. You know, thousands of people will try, millions will try to make it to the Olympics, dream of that. Only a few will. And that's the skill that separates them.
There are so many people who have love for the sport, but I think it's important to stand out, and that's what, like you said, push you to the top of that level. And I think that has to do with skill-based. I agree with Louisa, but let's listen to what Katie has to say about Spirit Way.
Like, I just know a story. Maybe you hear that before. Like athletes who from Africa, and there's no snow in his country, but he is doing what they call cross country, right? Yeah. Like he just participates in this game, and that game is his first time to see real snow.
Oh wow.
But he still like finished the whole game and present to the world. They are active. They are trying to improve. They are trying to development. So like, it's a really great spirit for like to tell the world and to like gather together with those great athletes and like talking with them and learn from them.
For sure, I agree with you on that too. I think all these inspiring stories to the world stage, I think that's amazing to hear the stories from people from other countries and to share those stories together, because we're all sharing our love for the sports, right? And what about you?
I think both of them is important. I think the skill just when your opponent, but the spirit with the game and with everyone will
For sure, and I think nowadays, I think every kid or every young players, they need that spirit to be able to work hard, to train, right? And Kitty, tell us about how did you get into skiing and snowboarding, and what's inspiring to you?
Well, at first, it's just one of my bestie called me like, let's go snowboarding, and I just
How old were you?
11, I think.
Oh, okay.
So I don't started like in a really young age. So, but actually, it's not a really hard sport. So you can just start from the age whatever you want. So some people will just ask if should I like learn it at a very young age. If I want to start it now, is I'm too old for that? But not really. Just
it's never too old to start a sport.
Yeah, and I just the first time I on the snow and learning that, I just love it totally.
And you loved it ever since, right?
Yeah.
And also you also does figure skating. How's that for you?
Yeah, like figure skating is kind of harder, but it's fine. Like for like girls, you can just learn. It's like a dancing like ballet on the ice. Yeah, so it's really beautiful sport, but you need to like work so hard to get improvement and to be get good grades in
For
that
sure.
one.
And what about you, Greg? I know you yourself, you love snowboard as well.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Canada. I started skiing first, and then snowboarding was not a popular sport at that time.
It's harder too, right?
I would say snowboarding's easier, actually. It's more natural. Skiing, I mean, if you were to run and slide on the floor, some slippery surface, nobody does it like this. You turn to one side or the other. This is just sort of natural. Same if you're on the subway shaking around, you turn to the side. So snowboarding's more natural. You can pick it up quickly. Skiing's more technical, maybe takes a little bit longer, more work to do, but both give you the chance of being outside. Any sport that allows you to be part of nature, where you're going down the hill, you're really becoming a part of nature, where you're enjoying the environment around you in that way, is really special. And you only get that in a few things. Skiing, snowboarding, surfing is another kind of example like that. Anything else, you're on a constructed surface. You play basketball on a court, tennis on a court. These are all made, but when you're outside, like you say, you get that
adrenaline
feeling,
too.
The adrenaline, the feeling, the speed. I've always loved the speed of all these things.
And Huan, I know you love hockey. So tell us how are you inspired, and when did you start learning how to play hockey?
How
old were you?
Maybe 10.
Oh,
10 years old.
Why did you start to play hockey?
Because I think it's interesting and funny with other guys.
Okay, I think that after all these debates, it's all about connecting the spirit and, to train, to have fun, and also to share that love and that compassion that we have for the sport of winter sports. And now, after all this discussion, we have the skiing training facility behind us. So how about we have you guys go try it out on the carpets, I think, right? That's the rolling carpets.
Okay.
So let's go.
Exciting.
You're excited?
Yeah.
Have you tried anything like this?
Yeah, once or twice.
Do they have it all over the place in China?
Yeah, no, we have a lot recently in Beijing.
Oh,
they build a lot of the facilities like this.
So this one, would you say it's a bigger facility, or?
Yeah, this one is big.
Okay. So I see they have the boots ready for you guys already. I know that you will be doing this, and you're doing ski?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ski.
And Greg,
Snowboarding for me, yeah.
For sure.
Stick to what I know.
Kitty, have you gone to snowboarding this year yet?
Yes, I just went to Chongli last week.
Oh, that was fun. How was it?
It's great. It's autumn, right? Right now, but they have snow, and today they are snowing.
So are you gonna go again?
Yeah, maybe today.
Today,
not today.
Well, you're not. School didn't start yet, so that'll be
I have
a
a
good
lot
time
of time.
to go out.
Yeah.
And Greg, have you snowboarded in China yet?
I have, yeah. I've been in Beijing almost 10 years, and I go every year 2 or 3 times. I've been to Chongli as well. Been over to Japan to ski while I've been here too. But there's great facilities in Beijing. I mean, one of my favorites just Nanshan, right, which is not far away, but
I've
it's
never heard of that one, but
45 minutes, an
it's
hour
great.
away, basically just in
That's
Huairou.
not far at all.
No,
45 minutes.
very accessible. It's not expensive. There's great rental equipment there. There's everything. So it's a fantastic place to start, really,
Do you
if
think
you are
you'll
looking
go
to begin.
this year, just before the Winter Olympics, just to?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope to go as much as possible. Definitely. I have. My son is almost 3 years old, so I got him on a snowboard
That's
for the
so
first time
adorable.
last year. So
I see
say,
all these little kids, you know, go with their parents nowadays. It's the
Mhm.
most adorable thing because they can barely like even walk, and they're on those like little snowboards and ski sets. It's the cutest thing ever. But now I'm excited for you guys to try this. I mean, the slope, I think it's adjustable as well, so that looks very challenging. I'm not gonna try today. Why? I don't want to fall on camera. Earlier we had a show of skateboarding, and I was actually, I tried that one. It was very hard. So I'm gonna watch you as experts to do this today. And I see that Huan already has his boots on.
Yeah.
Let's get ready. Greg still has one more shoe.
you get in there. I'll catch up.
Okay, Kitty, how about you walk up?
Okay, here, right?
Yeah, I see the snowboards they have set up already. So take your time, Greg. Well, Kitty has her professional attire today.
Yeah.
She has her
Show us how
goggles
it's done.
and everything. Okay, Huan, you can go over there.
Okay.
I think they have the ski set up for you. And Greg, feel free to join Kitty over here. Huan, is this your first time skiing?
The second time.
Second time?
Yeah, the first
So,
time in Switzerland.
Oh, Switzerland.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I skate.
But your first time trying this, right?
Yeah. This is
Oh
my
my God.
first time.
Are you nervous? Oh,
Yeah,
there we
little.
go.
Yeah, like ice skating.
Okay.
And it's like
So that shouldn't be too hard for you.
maybe not a good, not
Let's
a
see.
problem.
Please don't fall.
Okay. Whoa. Ooh.
You ready, Kitty?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hope so.
Wow, you guys are.
Ooh.
This doesn't look like your very first time. You look very experienced already.
I can do it. Ooh.
Different.
Different?
It is, yeah.
Ooh.
Wow, look at Huang.
Oh.
Woo, very good.
Wow, he's all the
Be
way up
careful.
there already.
OK，行了，应该可以。
Be careful.
哦。Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah, it's different, but
you're getting the hang of it, I think.
Yeah, like it's funny.
Huan, how do you feel?
A little nervous.
A little
this
nervous?
is my first time to do this. But
Don't
it's,
fall.
I think it's like
You're
ice
getting
skate.
used to it.
Yeah.
It's similar to ice skating.
Ooh.
Be careful. Oh, whoa. You got it?
First one down, yes.
Is this slippery or it's stiffer?
It
Stiffer.
is.
It's like it's more friction than the real snow.
Okay.
You can try like this.
That's even hanging onto the bar and falling.
Do you think after you practice over here, you'll be better on the snow?
Yeah, maybe like we have mirror, we can just see our movements.
You're doing a good job too. She's doing a very good job.
Yeah, it's very good. Kitty, you're looking good.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you guys gonna let go and go up?
No, I'm afraid.
You're scared?
Yeah, a little bit scared.
Oh, good.
Maybe I can try.
Oh, there she goes. Be careful. It's okay, you're wearing snow attire.
Yeah.
Oh, be careful.
It's so hard.
It is.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh. Ah! Again.
As you can see that all my guests are practicing now. And there's so many facilities nowadays like this for you guys to also get out of your house and go to facilities like this to practice, you know, in the seasons that there's not snow yet. And especially with the 2022 Winter Olympics coming up, feel free to rent a pair of ski or a snowboard and, you know, just to get used to the sport and get to know the sport as well. And next episode, we'll actually be talking about how to become a professional athlete in all these training facilities and youth education around China. So please stay tuned to the next episode. And like I always say, what are you guys waiting for? Let's all go snowboarding or let's all go skiing. Bye guys, I'll see you guys soon.